Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the What Are We Doing podcast. My name's Levi McCurdy, and this is episode 151. You gotta catch them all, dude. And just to start things off, just so you know where we're at, I present to you the next president of the United States.
As we all know, elections matter. And when folks vote, they order what they want. And in this case, they got what they asked for.
It is time for us to do what we have been doing, and that time is every day. Every day it is time for us to agree.
Talking about the significance of the passage of time, right? The significance of the passage of time. So when you think about it, there is great significance to the passage of time.
I am here, standing here on the northern flank, on the eastern flank, talking about what we have in terms of the eastern flank and our NATO allies.
It is a country in Europe. It exists next to another country called Russia. Russia is a bigger country. Russia is a powerful country. Russia decided to invade a smaller country called Ukraine. So basically, that's wrong.
We've been to the border.
You haven't been to the border.
And I haven't been to Europe. And I don't know. We must together work together to see where we are headed, where we are going, and our vision for where we should be, but also see it as a moment, yes, to together address the challenges.
We have the ability to see what can be.
There it is.
Unburdened by what has been.
There it is.
And then to make the possible actually happen.
What is at stake at this very moment? What is at stake this very moment are some of the guiding principles around the NATO alliance.
As it relates to what we need to do domestically as well as what we need to do in terms of this issue generally, we have, as the president said, reevaluated what we're doing.
Based on what we've just been able to see, and because we've seen it or not doesn't mean it hasn't happened. But just limited to what we have seen.
All I can think, and my brain's, I had so many thoughts. So many times I was going to pause it. So many times I thought, say this here. But then at the end of the day, the only thought I actually had was,
what are we doing?
So it's just one of these situations where, listen, we're dumping Trump, okay? He's out. Biden's out. He tweeted it. He broke up with us like your high school boyfriend, the same way you got broken up with via a letter, via a MySpace message, via a status update on Xanga. It doesn't matter how it happened. Joe Biden sent out a tweet, okay? And so we've got this conspicuous letter, and so far, these last 10 days, listen, we're in House of the Dragon time now. When I tell you, things are happening. Trump only got shot 10 days ago. And now we've got, 13 days ago. And now we've got Biden's out. He's out. Allegedly, we're going to get to him in a minute, but so now he's out of the race. We're fully endorsing Kamala. We've got record-setting donations. We've got record-setting support to automatically now have her on the nominee. She is on her way to DNC next month with the nominee in her hand. And we're not entirely sure who she's putting on her ticket yet, but she's got it. And hey, This is what we wanted. We wanted someone younger. We wanted someone other than Biden or Trump. And now America's got it. And it seems like we're headed in that direction based on some polls and numbers and people that I'm talking to. Everyone's excited to vote for Miss Kamala Harris. So we'll see, man. But I mean, she's not this word salad. What is it about? Is it the MK Ultra shit that scrambles your brain to make you a politician, to the fact that you just don't know how to actually speak? Trump, Biden, Kamala, they all just have so many issues when it comes to the speaking and putting things together. Now, I know I'm no one to talk. You know what I mean? I've got enough people telling me already I shouldn't have the small platform that I do. Shout out to the comment soldiers. You're sure as hell helping the algorithm.
What are we doing?
And so it's like, man, shout out to you guys. But man, I think it's just, Trump's out. We're jumping Trump, I think. Everyone was, we've forgotten. We've forgotten about the shot. It's over now. We're done the RNC. And no one was really happy with the vice president pick, okay? For those who don't know, our good boy J.D. Vance, you know, if you're from Ohio, you know who this man is. He's been some important figure over there for quite some time. He's been this nice, very nice man who has, I think, always, I'm pretty sure throughout his entire life, there's not one time that he's ever said, I'm pretty sure he's always supported Donald Trump as a president. I don't think there's ever been a time of him saying,
I'm a never Trump guy. I'm a never Trump guy. I'm a never Trump guy. I never liked him. I'm a never Trump guy. 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 I never liked him.
Yo, shout out to you. You know what I mean? J.D. Vance. He never liked Trump. I'm not sure why he's the vice president nominee. And for those of you who don't know, he's this guy who he's an author, okay, like most people are. You know, Trump's got a book, Kamala's got a book, I think Biden's got a book. Everybody who's anybody's got a book. So he's got a book. And just to get to know, I think it's titled like Hillbilly Village or something like that. It's about his time growing up in Ohio and just spending, time growing up and exploring himself in multiple different ways. And so, essentially, what's happening now is we're discovering is that, he's kind of weird. Okay. He's the kind of guy who would, take a latex glove, put it between two couch cushions, and, just do what a young adult man typically does when alone in the house.
What are we doing?
And so at the time, he thought that was a good idea to put it in the book. And I'm pretty sure there's a movie. I think there's a movie on the book. We could find that out, but I'm pretty sure there's a movie about the book. So it's a well-known thing, but now that he's like potentially almost maybe might not now be the next vice president of the United States, it's just awkward now to know that that's what we're writing about in our memoirs, in our books that we're publishing to the world and on the internet. And so there was an AP article out about it. They said no, this didn't happen. But then they deleted it because, yes, it did. And it's in the book and it's weird. Now, listen, we're not to judge here, okay? And to be honest with you, the more you think about it, the more that this was a bit, the more it kind of becomes a serious thing. And I agree with it. It kind of makes sense. Listen, out of all the ways that, us got guys when we're young in our 20s, still now in our 30s, when we, come up with all these different, sock in the microwave kind of thing. We've all heard of the different way. And I mean, glove in the couch cushion, not the worst.
What are we doing?
Not the worst I've heard. Not the worst. You know what I mean? It's creative. It's creative, like American Pie style. I'd rather it not be an apple pie. I'd rather you not ruin an entirely delicious apple pie because of your escapades. I'd rather it be, maybe the glove so that there's no mess. It's thoughtful. There's no mess. There's no trail. What does that say about J.D. Vance? He's good at cleaning up his mess. He's good at not leaving a trail. Do you want that as a vice president? Do you want that? So everyone's kind of like, okay, Trump got shot, but like, is he still now? I don't know. Biden's out and we got a better choice now, don't we? So maybe it's a Kamala 2024 kind of election. It's what it's looking like. It's what people are saying. It's what people are predicting. You know what I mean? But it's just, I don't know. What do we like more? Okay, let's take a poll. Ready? What do we enjoy more? Joe Biden's murmur or Kamala Harris and her word salad? You know what I mean?
You just fell out of a coconut tree? You exist in the coconut tree? You just fell out of a coconut tree? You exist in the coconut tree? You just fell out of a coconut tree?
Woo! You know what I mean? Like, so if you're not, if you're not trying to fall out of this coconut tree, you better get off the train. So, you know what I mean? Trump's out, Biden's out, JD Vance, don't let him on your couch, dude. And Kamala, she's fallen from the coconut trees. It's the election that we've all been waiting for. It's the election we all been waiting for. We're all excited to vote for Kamala. We're all excited to, I guess, I don't know. Hey, what would happen? Hear me out. The boys were talking in the group chat. What would happen if, because the internet is now turning on, JD Vance, hashtag couches for Kamala, what do you think would happen if Donald Trump would denounce JD Vance? Can he do that? Can he do that? Where you have to decide. You have to decide come November, because we didn't have a choice. They just kind of gave us Kamala. They didn't do it really formally. A lot of people were saying it wasn't really right the way they did it. And listen, Joe Biden, where's he? Dare I say, I think he's dead.
What are we doing?
I think they might have either taken him out or COVID or something. I think they're hiding stuff from him. Ever since the letter, the tweet, then immediately after he steps out, we know he had COVID, and then we don't see him for 5 days. And then everyone starts speculating, all the news. Alex Jones tells us, Alex Jones says, he's in hiding. They don't want us to know. They swapping him out. And so, now every time he comes, and now so we see him, right? So then we get 3 instances of Biden now, because when the internet starts speculating, they have to show him. So we see him coming out of the car, and immediately everyone's like, nope, that's not Biden. That's a fake. It's immediately a fake. Everything since the bullet shot through Trump's ear has been a conspiracy theory, and no one has any clue as to what's going on. I mean, it's just one of these situations. Like, was the White House, was the press conference that Biden just gave from the White House, was it real? Was that backdrop really the White House? Was he somewhere else? He was probably on a soundstage. They've done it before.
What are we doing?
I don't know. I'm just saying. And then what? Now all of a sudden, Biden's 8 feet taller than everybody else. This is the new conspiracy that we're adding onto the list of shit that we keep piling on to this election. I just told Mex, I am so sick of this. I'm so done talking about it, but shout out to you guys for just coming along for the ride. I am so done with this election cycle already. Everything that has happened in the last 2 weeks has just been nerve-wracking. And now, we've got JD Vance, shout out to the couch. We've got Donald Trump, whose, I think, numbers are going down astronomically. And everyone's cheering on Kamala. And so that's just where we're at. You know what I mean?
You just fell out of a coconut tree? You exist in the coconut tree? You just fell out of a coconut tree? You exist in the coconut tree?
It's fun. It's a fun time. It's a fun time to be alive, and it's only going to get crazier. you know, it's only going to get it's only going to get crazier the closer we get to November. Here, let's see how long we can last. Hold on, wait. Here it is. This is 4 minutes. Hold on, this is 4 minutes. Let's see how long we can last watching this. Ready?
You know, what can be
Ready?
unburdened
Go.
by what has been.
Go.
What can be unburdened by what has been. What can be unburdened by what has been. What can be unburdened by what has been. What we can see, what we believe can be unburdened by what has been. What can be
Throw it all together, babe.
unburdened by what has been. What can be unburdened by what has been. What can be unburdened by what has been. What can be unburdened by what has been. Who we can be unburdened by who we have been. What can be unburdened by what has been. Where we can be unburdened by where we have been and unburdened by where we are right now. What can be unburdened by what has been. What can be unburdened by what has been. What can be unburdened by what has been. What could be unburdened.
It changes every time, so slightly.
What can be unburdened by what has been. What can
We're
be
a quarter of the way through, folks.
unburdened by
Buckle
what
up.
has been. What can be unburdened by what has been. What can be unburdened by what has been. What can be unburdened by what has been. Unburdened by what has been, believing in what can be. What can be unburdened by what has been. 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 What can be unburdened by what has been.
It's really
What
soothing.
can be
Just
unburdened by what has been. What can be unburdened by what has been. What could be unburdened by what had been. What can be unburdened by what has been. What can be unburdened by what has been. What can be
shout out to you if you made it
unburdened by what
halfway
has been.
through.
What
Let's go.
can be unburdened by what has been. What can be, what should be unburdened by what has been. What can be unburdened by what has been. What can be unburdened by what has been. See what can be unburdened by what has been. What can be unburdened by what has been. What can be unburdened by what has been. Unburdened by what has been and knowing what can be. Have a sense of vision about what can be unburdened by what has been.
It's a sense of vision.
See what can be unburdened by what has been. What can be unburdened by what has been. What can be unburdened by what has been. What could be unburdened by
Let's
what
go.
has been. What can be
Let's go.
unburdened by
Come
what
on,
has
we're
been.
almost
What
there.
can be unburdened by what has been. Where we can be unburdened by where we have been. What was possible unburdened by what has been. What can be unburdened by what has been.
It's a masterpiece.
What can be unburdened by what has been. 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 What can be unburdened by what
Shout it
has
out, girl.
been. What can
Bring it
be
home.
unburdened by what has been. What can be unburdened by what has been. That can be unburdened by what has been. There are those who are unable to see what can be, but there are many more who are able to see what can be unburdened by what has been.
Wow. Wow. Just incredible. Incredible. Ladies and gentlemen, the next president of the United States.
What are we doing?
And so, yeah, we've really come a long way. We've really come a long way. Listen, and we just got back. I just got back. I'm so busy. Listen, this is how dedicated I am to you guys. I just got back. I've been up since 7 a.m. Dude. Another grand opening event for another Dunkin' Donuts, okay? DJ Daddy Donuts is out here just cooking up some batter, getting those donuts baked up real nice, and just really, really playing the tunes that people need to turn their car into the donut factory that we call Dunkin' Donuts. And so we had an official event. There were people there. We had Cuppy, the mascot. Like, I mean, no, this is a serious thing, folks. I mean, there's a time and place for everything. I mean, we've got footage here. Let's just pull it up. Let's see right here. Yeah, here we go. What? Oh yeah, here's me and Cuppy, dude. It's just, I mean, this is what I'm talking about. This is what I spend my time doing. This is what I wake up to do. This is where I wake up to go. Every morning when you're like, oh my gosh, Levi, what could you be doing today? This is it. This is it. I'm wide awake at 7 a.m. playing music for grand openings of Dunkin' Donuts, dressed as a donut.
What are we doing?
And honestly, it's a gig. It's a gig that pays. It's just, it's a situation where it's, we have a blast. We have a blast. We have a ball. It's me and Cuppy. We're dancing. We're having a good time. And you know what I mean? It's DJ Daddy Donuts appearance number 2. I fear we have an appearance number 3 set up. I don't want to say too much right now because I'm afraid I'm not going to be able to make it. I think I might be on vacation that day. I might have to let my friends down, and we might have to skip the next one. But hopefully, I can make a third, maybe a trilogy of appearance as DJ Daddy Donuts. But of course, we had a blast. Okay, and this time, dude. This time, I'm talking line wrapped around the building, okay? We were giving free coffee away for a year, dude. Look at this, okay? Let's go back. Rewind. There I am. How adorable am I as a donut, dude? I'm adorable.
What are we doing?
Look at this line, dude. So I get there a little before 8 a.m., per my contract. And I mean, we've got a line of cars wrapped around the building. I've already got 100 people ready to go, waiting since like 7, some were there since 6 a.m., wanting that free coffee for a year, okay? Some people, I mean, listen, and then guess what? They were also giving away, there was a raffle. Okay, they were giving away gift cards. We gave away like 4 $25 gift cards. We gave away like 2 $50 gift cards. And then the creme de the creme for anyone who stuck around. Now, after this line died down, okay, after everyone got their free coffee, half of them were only there for free coffee. The other half were there for free coffee, plus the bonus prizes, okay? So some people stuck around, and those are the ones who won the raffles, the gift cards. We gave away a 65-inch screen TV.
What are we doing?
And I'm talking top of the line, dude. I'm talking top of the line, 65-inch, 4K, Roku smart TV with the app controller built in. Top of the line, On brand, dude. Shout out to our friends at On. It was an On 65-inch screen TV. And it was absolutely wonderful. I mean, the 4K resolution, I mean, this bad boy didn't cost the owners of this Dunkin' Donuts no more than $300.
What are we doing?
So, you know what I mean? We gave away the cheapest of the cheap 65-inch screen TV, but hey, I would have taken it. I didn't get a raffle ticket. I mean, I was technically working. I probably shouldn't have won. It's fine, but no one said I couldn't win. It's fine. This nice lady won it. She was waiting all day. She was literally getting ready to leave. She was in her car. And then we called her number for the raffle, and she was like, she started honking her horn. She came running. She was the winner. I played Congratulations by Post Malone because I'm a bomb-ass DJ, dude. And so it was a wild time. The firefighters showed up. Shout out to them for their service. They presented a check for charity. They did a ribbon cutting. And it was just an overall fun time. And we had a blast. And so I think the next one I'm going to have to miss, unfortunately. But you know what I mean? The news, unfortunately, they weren't there. I don't know why. But plenty of videos, plenty of cards handed out. Plenty of people had a good time. Plenty of people won. Plenty of people got free coffee. And it was just an experience that you had to be there. You had to be there. You had to be the first 100 in line. And some people got turned away. Some people didn't get the free coffee. And so it's just unfortunate, but it's fine. Hey, it's fine. So you win some, you lose some. It's the way of the road, bud, you know?
What are we doing?
So, dude, let's talk about the Olympics because they're happening and all this political jargon is like taking over. They're just starting, I think. And the only moment that we really need to talk about is the fact that Snoop Dogg is there. Snoop Dogg is involved, and Snoop Dogg is carrying the torch of the Olympics.
What are we doing?
Look at this man. I mean, wow, dude. Look at Snoop Dogg. We can't play that. Stop. Can't play that. Hold on. We'll get flagged. Dude, there he goes. Snoop Dogg, they're bumping Snoop Dogg's music. He's got the torch. You know he's lit. Like, come on, dude. Can we just, for a minute, appreciate, is Snoop Dogg living the best life ever? Like, it doesn't matter what the past is. It doesn't matter the history. It doesn't matter where he's been or what he's done. In the last 25 years, Snoop Dogg has done everything he has ever wanted to do, dude. You know what I mean?
What are we doing?
Like, he's got cereal, he's got a football team, he's got movies, he's at the Olympics, he's got deals, he's got endorsements, he's got friends, he's got music, he's got I mean, it's just, there is nothing. Name one thing that Snoop Dogg has not been able to do in the last 25 years. I'll wait. Exactly, dude. It's like Snoop Dogg. I mean, he's got the gold high tops on. Just nothing but, I mean, look at those right there. Those, if I had to, I mean, at first I thought, are those the gold Donald Trump high tops?
What are we doing?
Did he get those from TrumpSneakers.com? But I think they're probably custom made. They're definitely Snoop Dogg sneakers. I mean, that was just a joke. Everyone calm down. I mean, the fit, the white, he's crip walking, he's dancing with the torch. I mean, is Snoop Dogg where? I mean, and we've got more from Snoop Dogg. I mean, it's just, I mean, look at him. He's just gonna, let's continue. We're almost done here, only 10 more. He's got the torch. He passes it. With flying colors, Snoop.
What are we doing?
Yes, dude. Hell yeah, Snoop Dogg. And Snoop had one mission. He had one goal. He had one opportunity to make this happen. Snoop Dogg, and lucky him, has never had the opportunity to meet or interact with a Frenchie, a French bulldog. Now, for those of you who are new here, all you need to know is one name, and that is Sir Lou Bug. Okay, he's our Frenchie. He's an embarrassment. He cost upwards of $15,000.
What are we doing?
Don't judge. Don't ask about it. Listen, the dog, he costs $3. The training costs $3. the nose surgery so he could breathe better, even though he snorts louder than a fucking pig, cost $3,000. And so now we're up tonight, and then like all the toys, the expensive food we have to buy him because he's a Frenchie. The vet visits, I got to get his butt expressed because he leaks this nasty anal juices because he's a Frenchie. It's disgusting. He's an embarrassment.
What are we doing?
And so Lou Bug just, I mean, thank God Snoop Dogg has not had access to a Frenchie because it probably would have ruined his whole France experience if he would have met Lou Bug prior to this. And I told him, watch this, dude. Freaking Snoop Dogg just wants to meet a bulldog. Ready? Watch.
That you wanted to meet a French bulldog. Yes. So I got you.
Asking you shall receive.
Hell yeah, dude.
Snoop, a D.O. single G.
Let me look at it.
Look at him.
You know what your name is? Pierre Cardin.
Pierre.
What are we
doing? This Frenchie is, in fact, royal, dude. He's coming straight from Paris. He's coming straight from France. And he's a Frenchie purebred from France. His name is Pierre, dude. Okay? Pierre Cardin. And you can't have it. Listen, when Lou Bug saw this, okay? When Lou Bug saw this, he instantly was like, yo, I gotta go. I gotta go meet Snoop Dogg. Snoop Dogg loves Frenchies. And I said, hey, bro, calm down. You're an embarrassment. There's no way that Snoop Dogg, let alone the Olympic security, is getting you anywhere near that man. Lou Bug, you are a walking red flag.
What are we doing?
And you will get, he will literally, that you are a level 10 threat, Loomis. And I told him there's no way they'll even let you anywhere near the airport, let alone the plane. Like when Lou Bug gets in the Uber and says, take me to the airport, I'm going to meet Snoop Dogg at the Olympics, the cab driver will literally look at him and say,
what are we doing?
It's just one of these situations where Lou Bug needs to understand his place in life, and it's nowhere near the level of royalty that this Frenchie now has. I mean, straight from France, now in the hands of Snoop Dogg. I mean, let's just give the Olympics to the Americans, bro, or the French. Either one. Someone needs to have it.
One thing about Pierre, he's spooned and groomed, he's dipped and whipped.
And then when Lou Bug heard this, when Lou Bug heard that,
Pierre, he's spooned and groomed, he's dipped and whipped, and he's suited and booted.
When Lou Bug heard that Pierre was spooned and groomed and whipped and dipped and suited and booted, and he gets to meet Snoop Dogg and go to the Olympics, Lou Bug was fired up. Lou Bug said, hey, man, why aren't you doing things like this for me? And I said, hey, man, I only have enough money to get you suited and booted, not fucking whipped and chipped and snipped and clipped. I can't. I've already paid. He doesn't understand how much of an embarrassment he is.
One thing about Pierre, he's spooned and groomed, he's dipped and whipped, and he's suited and booted and booted and loaded.
I need one at the house, just like you. My name is you. You want to jump on my arm now? I need you. I can't hold you right now. I'm too clean.
And that, listen to this. Snoop says he won't hold the dog because he's too clean.
What are we doing?
He said, this outfit, if you get a single hair, if you get a single speck of dust on me, get this dog. He's already too close to Snoop. He's already too close. He can't even fathom holding the dog. And now Snoop, he just
It's you. You want to jump on my arm now? I need you. I can't hold you right now. I'm too clean.
He want to come chill. He like, get out of my. I want to jump in his arm.
Look, wait, when Snoop does that, can we go to that part? When Snoop does that little dance, it looks like he's dancing this. Hold on.
You just fell out of a coconut tree? You exist in the coconut tree?
All right, knock it up. I'm sorry, that was mean. So, I mean, Snoop Dogg, he's at the Olympics, God bless him, passing the torch, meeting Frenchies, making dreams come true. I mean, dare I say, we need Snoop Dogg. We need Snoop Dogg and all. What
are we doing?
In the next election, let's get Snoop Dogg, Mr. Beast and like Bernie Sanders just for shits and giggles.
What are we doing?
You know what I mean? We might as well at this point. So we can't, if we're going to be unburdened by what was, it's fine. So, you know, that's where Snoop's at in the world. Here's some industry news. Tim Dillon, here we go. Deadline news. Tim Dillon returning to Netflix with an all new talk show style special on America current events this fall, presumably to cover the election. So always good to see Tim back on Netflix. Now, the first issue that we've had with this news that we thought about is this going to be Schultz Saves America season 2?
What are we doing?
Because that show was like kind of... now, we know, obviously, Tim is, you know, but it's just... And we support him fully, 100% allies till the end. But, you know, we just hope that it doesn't fall into the same trap and kind of madness that Schultz Saves America had, I think, a few years ago. So, of course, yeah, it says right here, set over the backdrop of the upcoming election, Dillon's new hour will focus on the most important but overlooked element of our political system, the people, and pose the question, do we get what we deserve? Or, better yet, asked,
what are we doing?
Topics will lead to conversations no one wants to have at the holiday table, but that Dillon isn't afraid to lead. And of course, you know, I can't wait. He's going to talk about his family. And so in addition to hosting, here we'll zoom in here. Let's just see. In addition to hosting / starring, Dillon is credited as a creator and executive producer as a yet untitled special. Elaine Gale will executive produce for 1 year of Allen Productions. We don't care about that stuff. Here we go. Right here, there's more juicy details. That just explains who it's produced by, and they all have weird names. It's weird. Get normal names.
What are we doing?
A stand-up comedian, writer, and actor known for his no-holds-barrier humor and insensitive social commentary, Dillon previously made his Netflix comedy special debut in 2002's Tim Dillon, A Real Hero. Go watch it now. In which he rants about fast food, living in Texas, Disney adults, and the reason no one should be called a hero. Hilarious. Previously, he completed a short special as part of Netflix series The Comedy Lineup, which premiered on the streamer in 2018. And so this will be his second pretty much hour. So it sounds like an hour-long special, so hopefully they're not going to episodize it. And then just here's some more info on him, and I think some new news for those listening still. Dillon's podcast, The Tim Dillon Show, averages 1 million viewers a week. Shout out to Dillon. One of, like, the only comedians, obviously Joe, just because of his pool, but, like, everyone else under that umbrella, Brendan Schaub, Fighter and the Kid, DeStefano, all of Rogan's bad friends, they're not hitting the triple digits. They're not hitting the 100 to 200 views every week anymore. And so shout out to Tim Dillon for standing out in the crowd. It probably has nothing to do with his appearance on Joe Rogan 13 times.
What are we doing?
So he tours theaters internationally, has been a guest on Joe Rogan Experience 13 times, most recently seen on screen Eli Ross horror pick Thanksgiving, a great film. We didn't see it, but we did see the scene Tim gets his head shot off. Spoiler alert. And now for the big news. Next, he'll appear in Todd Phillips' Joker sequel, which releases in theaters on October 4th, also starring Joaquin Phoenix and Lady Gaga.
What are we doing?
So we'll see how big his role is there. And just amazing news and big things coming for Tim Dillon there. And I mean, he's on a roll with his, I think his Alex Jones interview right after the Trump assassination attempt is like his third biggest video. Millions of views there. He was hot off the guns. Alex completely embarrassing himself. Just apparently this was early in the morning and he's just downing vodka.
What are we doing?
He's just and he holds his thing to the camera so you can't see it, but we all know like what he's doing. And it's just like by the end of it, he's so drunk that he can't even get a full sentence out. Tim has to guide the full conversation, but he gets everything out of Alex that he expects to get, which is just madness and chaos and Trump and the deep state. Listen, they're going to try to take him out again. Listen, folks, if you don't believe that with the Biden news and the deep state that they're going to take out Donald Trump before this election in November, you've got something coming. Listen, we predicted it. We predicted it 6 weeks ago that Biden would drop out of this race. And
what are we doing?
And so, but I mean, dude, they're crazy, and he's got it under lock, and he's ready to go with guns a-blazing. With guns a-blazing. Listen, I got to get out of here, guys. I'm exhausted. I've been going for 14 days straight. You almost didn't have an episode this week, so shout out to you. Shout out for stepping with me. Shout out for sticking with me. And hey, listen, for those of you, here's some advice. Let me just end on some advice right now. For those of you who are new to the podcast game, aka if you were only on episode 1 of your podcast, I don't care if it's new, old, if it's been 6 weeks or 9 days, I don't care. If you are a new podcaster, do me a favor. Just put out podcast episodes, dude, okay? Because what y'all are doing nowadays, I mean, it's getting a little crazy. It's getting crazy. You're stopping successful shows to start new ones with 0 views, 0 likes, 0 audience, and it's not good. And it's hard to build with the topics you're going on. You should have stayed in the niche. But now we've got all these podcasts. I know so many people a year ago who don't have a podcast now, that did, that doesn't, that have quit, that have rebranded, that have done so many things. You have to stick to your craft, and you have to give it time. Your business will not be built overnight. Your podcast will not be built in the next day. Your podcast will not have thousands of views the next morning. You will not go viral, and you cannot rely on AI for every ounce of the production.
What are we doing?
And so whether you're a business owner, whether you're a podcaster, whether you're a content creator, you have to learn how to use AI as a tool and not the complete mothership of your entire production, whether it be your business or your podcast. We have to hone in on specific things. And if you just need to be genuine, you know what ranks well on social media nowadays? Genuine contact, face-to-face, me and you, my voice, not AI-generated content, stuff that is based on real life. And if you see the algorithm shift when you start showing your face and doing more of what matters to you and your brand and being the face of your company or your podcast, your numbers are going to go up. They're going to double. They're going to triple. If you don't see my face every day on this channel, you know there's a problem. And if that's not how you run your business, you might want to shift how you represent yourself online. That's all I'm saying. It's fruit for thought. I'm not the master. You are. I don't know what you're doing. You do. Shout out to you guys. I love you. We're out of here. It's episode 151. I got to go catch like 75 more Pokemon. I got to get my link cable ready. I got to have it done. We got to fall out of the coconut tree. Let's get weird and go out to that today.
You just fell out of a coconut tree? You exist in the coconut tree?